Hey y'all, back again, and this is just gonna be one of those videos where I have absolutely nothing to give you guys except updates. And the amount of videos that I've labeled updates or new things that are happening or all those is, most of my videos. But that's honestly a lot what I have, and I'm really excited to share with you guys. So yeah, so lock in, because I'm locked in. Probably not, as you just saw right now, but it's fine. But I just got back to my dorm. I was dog sitting over the past couple days, so I just got settled back in, and everyone was telling me, and they're like, oh, that must suck, you driving 30 minutes to campus each day. I was so productive because I was getting up at 8 a.m. because I knew that I needed to get up at 8 a.m., let the dogs out, feed them, and then that would give me enough time to park my car in the residential parking lot and then go to class. And I was so productive. I was literally getting here at 9 a.m. and then I had time to go get breakfast before my class. I usually just roll out of bed and then go to class, and then somehow try to work in a bagel sometime throughout my day. So actually getting up and driving to campus, I was way more productive. So that low-key gives me hope. And I think that I can get up early, but nothing is motivating me to get up early when I'm on campus. If I'm oh, I need to get up to eat breakfast, that's not gonna be motivating me. And also it's literally out of my way to go get breakfast. If I go to the dining hall that's right over here, it's just not that good, and I only like the waffles there. And then sometimes waffle maker's not even working, and I find that out after I've already paid to get in there, so it's this whole thing. And then if I go to Chick-fil-A, then I'm going 10 minutes out of my way and then coming back. So it's both of them are just inconvenient, so it just doesn't I think my body's naturally I'm not getting up because there's just no need to. I'm not gonna get up for you to go out of the way, so yeah. But I just got back, and we have 3 weeks left of school. I think the rest of this week, and then 3 more weeks, which is so scary, and I'm low-key freaking out. But I have so many things planned for the summer. So I'm studying abroad in Barcelona. I think I've mentioned that, but I do not know. I'm going to Barcelona. I'm taking an environmental engineering class. I'm only taking one class, so I'll have so much time to travel and stuff, which I'm super excited about. And then in summer A, I'm taking 2 other classes because UCF requires that you take 9 summer credit hours, but for Bright Future, they think that I have to be minimum taking 6. So I was I'm just gonna hit both of those, and then I'm gonna take 2 GEPs. And yeah, so it's super exciting. And then I've been looking into joining ROTC for Air Force because they came into my class and they said that you can go in as an officer for engineering. So I was okay, slay. I'm already getting my engineering degree. And so I was looking into that. I've been running every day, which I do not run. I usually only lift, which I haven't really had the time to lift. So running's actually been really great because I've been running 1.5 miles, and it takes me 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes for the whole process of getting ready and then going. So that's been super nice, and I've been able to work it into my schedule really nice. And yeah, I've been doing that, and then I've been getting all my paperwork in. I'm going to get my physical done tomorrow, and that's my last of the paperwork that I really have to do. So super excited about that. And then that would start up in the fall. And then since I'm still trying to graduate in 4 years, I would have to take 2 classes in fall and then 2 classes in spring for ROTC. It's usually 1 and 1, but since I didn't join last year, it's gonna be 2 and 2, as I'm taking the freshman classes also. So that's super exciting. And I had to move around my schedule, which kind of sucked as an engineering major because I'm already projected to have 5 classes a semester with how my schedule is working out. So it low-key pushed me into summer classes, but still graduating in 4 years, and then have the possibility of getting tuition paid for junior and senior year. So it's low-key evens out, and it's fine. And it gives me the opportunity of when I get out of school, I have an immediate job if I go into ROTC and actually sign going into the military. So it's everything was very good, and everyone that I've talked to has been go for it, why don't you do it? And I really just don't really have anything holding me back. I have no plans after. Sorry, there's sound outside my door. But I have no plans after school as of right now. So it's I might as well. I literally don't have anything holding me back. So it's yeah. So I've been looking into that, studying abroad, and trying to get all my updates in. And then my big update that I really want to talk to you guys about is I went on my first mission trip. And that's really what I want to make a video about, because I've been so excited, and I want to share about Crew because it has been an amazing organization for me. I went on the Miami spring break trip, and I believe that it was the first Miami trip. I know they've gone to other beaches, I believe, before, but this is the first one that they went to Miami. I think they said they went to Panama City Beach before, but yeah, so like this is the first one going to Miami. So it was super exciting, and I literally was looking up spring break mission trips, and I knew of Crew, and I knew that Crew had mission trips. So I was like looking into Crew a little bit. I'd never been to anything from Crew, but I was looking into it, and I saw Bosnia, and I was like, oh, this is like perfect. Like I really want to do like missionary work, so like that would go out of the country, obviously, like whatever. So I applied for that, and then I had my call, and they said that they were like looking for upperclassmen. So when she gave me a call, she said, she gave me a call from Miami. She said, we're looking for upperclassmen for the Bosnia trip. What about this Miami trip? Like, would you be interested in that? And I was like, oh yeah, like sure, like that's fine. Kind of just like iffy about it, like being like, I was kind of bummed. Like I was like, okay, I mean, all right. And I got the thing, and she immediately like accepted me. And then I was like, okay, you know, whatever. And then I was like looking into it, and it was very like sudden. Like I was not expecting to be accepted that quickly. Like I thought there'd be more like an interview process. So I was kind of like, oh, like, especially like never working with Crew before. Like I was like, okay. And so I kind of like waited, and then the Bosnia trip like opened up again, but then something happened where I like couldn't, like it wasn't working again. So then it was just like, okay. So it was like very clear like God wanted me to go to Miami, which like not even realizing that till after. Like I was just like, oh, like Bosnia didn't work out, so I'm going to Miami. Like that was just like the plan. So like I was like, okay, whatever. Didn't know anyone, and it was kind of just like in the back of my mind. Like I was kind of like, okay, like I have this spring break trip, like planned for Miami, like whatever happens, like whatever. And yeah, I kind of was like, all right, so whatever. So then the weekend comes, like we're literally leaving like the next day, and I pack that Friday. So this is like the Friday spring break, like right before spring break starts. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I like packed up my stuff, and I was like leaving at 8 a.m. the next morning, like whatever. So literally packed up my stuff, I was ready to go, and hey y'all, we're back. My roommate walked in. I'm trying to be respectful of her time and her space. So we're back. But like I was saying, I was talking about my mission trip. So I very much was not really thinking about it. I was just kind of like, oh, I'm going on a mission trip. Don't know what to expect. Haven't been a part of the organization. Don't know any of these people. So I was kind of just like, okay, you know, like whatever. God's got it. And so packed the night before, whatever, it's leaving at 8 a.m. which I'm like, 8 a.m.? First of all, I was trying to go to Cowboys the night before. I think no. I went to Cowboys that Thursday, didn't go Friday because I was like low-key exhausted. And I was like, no, like I need to like pack and make sure that I'm ready for this trip. So yeah. So literally packed up, whatever, got ready, went to bed, and then I was like up early. Like I was like, okay, like let's go. I even like got up, I made myself waffles. Waffles were low-key bad. It was not a great start. And I was like, okay, like we're going. So we had to meet at the Live Oak Ballroom where like all the Crew events are. So I was standing out there, and there was no one there. Which also, like, I was there a little past 8. So I was like, okay, first of all, did everyone leave? Did I just get big time pranked? Is no one gonna show up? Like, I was like, what is going on? So then, like, whatever. So then I look at this car, and I see this car pull up. But the car's, like, low-key kind of, like, farther away from me. So I'm like, I don't know. But I'm also like, bro, no one's on campus on Saturday at, like, this, like, Live Oak Ballroom. Like, no one's gonna be here. So I was like, okay. So I was like, they're definitely here for me. But then I just kind of stood there. And then I called her and didn't answer. Like, she, like, declined it. So I was like, oh. And then she was like, I texted her and I was like, hey, like, I'm here. Are you here? And then she was like, because I knew that she was driving me. And then I was like, or she goes, oh, I said I called. And then she was like, oh, yeah, sorry, I was on the phone with Juliet. And I was like, okay, like, whatever. Another girl that was in our car. So I was like, okay, whatever. So then she's like, sticks her hands out. And she's like, and I was like, okay. So then I like went, got in the car, whatever. And I'm just kind of like, oh, because the two girls in the front seat, they knew each other, Paige and Juliet. So I was like, okay. And then there was me. there was me and I didn't know anyone. And then Pearson was there, and she had been in crew, but she'd been in the Greek life part of it. It's called Impulse. So I literally was like, bro, I've never even been to crew. And they were like, oh, like, how'd you find out about it? And I was like, low-key, I searched up on Google, and this popped up. And I was like, and I applied, and they said, okay. So that's how I started out, very nervous. And then we had a, like, 4-hour car ride to Miami, like, from there. So we left at 8 a.m., and we had to be there by 2. And we were, like, driving to Miami. We stopped a couple times. We stopped, like, for gas, like, to pee, like, whatever. And the car ride, definitely, like, that is so intentional. Because the car ride, like, helped me get closer, like, because those were also the people that I was staying in the room with, except Juliet, because Juliet was staff. And it, like, made me so much more comfortable, because we were talking about it. They were talking about how they also, like, don't know what to expect, like, how, like, Paige had, like, been in crew, but, like, me and Pearson talked about, like, how we'd never, like, really been to, like, the crew Thursdays or anything. So, like, so intentional. And, like, helped me get closer. I found out about them. I found out that, like, Pearson was in Kappa Alpha Theta. And it's funny because, like, my sorority stayed at Alpha, but it's, like, not Panhellenic, so, like, that was funny. And, like, I was just talking to her about that, like, all of that. So it was definitely, like, so intentional, like, that initial, like, car ride. And then, like, we got, like, lunch, like, right before we went, and then we arrived, like, at the hotel. And at this point, I'm still kind of like, what is going on? And we, like, go, and we kind of have, like, the last car, like, still wasn't there. And I think they were coming from Gainesville, maybe, because we had UF and UCF were both there, which I did not know. And, well, I found out, like, a couple days, like, prior to the mission trip, because it was, like, UF will be leaving at, they also said they were leaving at 8 a.m. And it was, like, UCF will be leaving at 8 a.m. And I'm like, why are we leaving at the same time if they're more north? And I was like, whatever. We had a bunch of time. Like, we definitely left, like, a little bit early. But, I mean, it worked out for the better, because we had time to stop, we had time to get lunch, like, it was fine. And, but yeah, so then we went, and we had that, like, initial night, and then it was kind of just, like, we had our, discipleship groups, so we just had, like, worked with, like, a staff member, and then, like, 3 other girls. That's who, like, mine were, like, guys and girls were, like, split. So then we just, like, had that, and then we talked about just, like, our, like, testimonies, and, like, what brought us here, and just, like, how we're feeling, and we had that, which, like, definitely was, like, nice, like, kind of get into the process. I was a little iffy because none of the people that I rode there with were in my discipleship group. I had a girl from UF, Leah, another girl from UF, and then I had a girl from UCF, and, like, none of these girls I'd met previously, so I was kind of like, because I didn't know anyone. So we, like, went. It was actually really good. Like, I really liked it, but I was still kind of, like, on edge. It definitely, like, as, like, the days went on, like, it got more and more comfortable. And then that I'm pretty sure it was that first initial night, that's when we went to the beach. Like, we literally got in our bathing suits and then went to the beach, and it was cold. But then we went, and, like, the sun was setting, and it was so pretty. And we were just, like, out there with everyone. And then I had met, I was talking to the staff, like, a little bit more, because, like, Zach, one of the staff members, he came up to me, and he was like, oh, like, what's your name? I was like, oh, my name is Kylie. He was like, oh, I've probably seen you at one of Crew Thursdays. I was like, oh, no, I've never been to a crew event. And he was like, oh. And then I met, like, the head guy. His name was Eric, and he was so sweet. Like, he was like, look at you for taking such a, like, a big leap of faith, like, coming here. Like, he was like, how did you even find it? And I told him the same thing. Like, I was like, oh, like, I just searched up on Google, and, like, this is really, like, what first popped up. Like, I didn't really have plans for spring break. Like, I knew I wanted to go on a mission trip, so I kind of just, like, whatever, looked it up. And he was like, that's, like, such a big leap of faith. Like, and I was like, yeah, I'd never been to a crew event before. And I was like, I'd kind of just, like, heard about it, like, whatever, always heard good things. So it was definitely, like, crazy. And then, like, we had, like, that first night, and then that was, like, great. And I'm trying to think, there was, like, nights, we were, like, pretty free during the nights. We would have, like, dinner, and then, like, after dinner was, like, kind of, like, our free time. We just had to be back at the place at 11. So, like, that was, like, really nice, because we kind of got to go out and do things. Like, I remember we went to Publix one night, like, we got, like, ice cream and stuff, and then, like, some people went to get, like, gelato one night, or gelato, and they, like, went to get that. They went 2 times to get that, because it was, like, really good. And then, yeah, we just had, like, a bunch of different things. Like, I know some nights we, like, went to the beach, and so that was, like, super nice. So, like, we had that first, like, intro night, and then the next day was, like, the first day of, like, beach discipleship. So we were only there for, like, 5 days. So, yeah, we went in on Friday. Saturday we had our first day of discipleship, and right, yeah, and no, we got there Saturday. Sunday was our first day, and we went to the beach. So we talked about like all our like discipleship tools. So we had like a booklet, and it's called Satisfied, and it kind of talks about like, are you satisfied like in your journey with like Christ and like where you are like right now. And then we have a knowing God personally. So that was kind of like a next step on like more like talking about like their faith and talking about the gospel and sharing the gospel and how to know God personally and personally accept him into your heart. We had a quest survey, that's what they call it, and they have like 5 different questions. The first question is, what are 3 words to describe your life right now? What are I think it's like what is one thing that you want to accomplish by the end of your life, like not really like more of like a life goal, not really a bucket list item. And then the third one is, do you believe in like heaven or hell, or heaven and hell? And then what do you believe is a core message of Jesus? And then it's like, do you desire to have a personal relationship with God? And then we added like a 6th question, which is like, do you think that Jesus desires to have a personal relationship with you? Because that was actually really interesting, because some people felt like they didn't, like Jesus would not desire that with them. And I think that's kind of like where it stemmed from a lot, like their desire not to have one back, because they feel like he wouldn't want one with them because they weren't like good enough for that. And so that was like really interesting to talk about. And then we had like, so we had the quest survey, which was like written questions that we would just ask, and then we had these solarium cards, and those were like picture cards. So I'm studying abroad in Barcelona, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm so excited. I'm taking environmental engineering over there, so I'll be gone from the end of June to like the end of July. And then yeah, we're staying in Barcelona, Spain. And yeah, I'm super excited, and my teacher that's actually teaching me right now is going with us over there, so I like don't even have to worry about my teacher and stuff, because I already know her and she's been like super nice and stuff. So that's been so amazing, and I'm so excited for that. And I actually know like a couple of the people who are going, so it's like not completely knowing no one, so I'm super excited about that. But I didn't plan that, I found people along the way, so that's been super exciting. And then I went on a mission trip and a church retreat over spring break, which has been so exciting. So for the mission trip, we went to Miami, and I didn't know anyone going into it, but the mission trip was with Crew, and it was really exciting because like I told them that like I was like, oh, I've never been to Crew. They were all like, what? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, so how'd you find it? And I was like, oh, honestly, I just like searched up on Google. And the amount of like fulfillment that I got from that trip was like so amazing. I really wanted to go on the trip, and I like expressed my want to go on the trip because just like wanting to be a missionary and wanting to do that full time. And I was like, I think this could be like a really good first step. Like I really want to get into like mission trips. Like this would be like my first one. So like it really just like built me up and like really taught me about evangelizing. We went to 2 different beaches in Miami. There were like Crandon Park, and then one was like right by like a lighthouse. I don't remember the name, but we did both of those beaches, and then we went to FIU, and then on our last day we went on a beach that was like an hour north of us. Do not remember which one it was, but I think it was at like a park. They were all like at like park areas where like there was like families there and just like people on spring break. So that was like super fun. It was super exciting. But we had I think we had 200 conversations with people, and like 160 or 120 of them were like spiritual conversations, so talking about God and like their spiritual journey. And then we had 12 or 13 people come to Christ for the first time and like pray to receive Christ in that moment. So that was so exciting. And just like over the 5 days, like even having that number of people was like so amazing. And it was so exciting to just see like how that was like working through people and everything. Like it was just so amazing, and everyone was like so like passionate about it, and I got to see so many like different people and like all their different like stages, like passionate about like showing God to other people, which was just so amazing. And then I got to learn about other people's journeys like with Christ and like how that's going for them. Like there was a lot of Catholic people in like Miami, and I got to like learn more about that and like what that like looks like and what that represents, and like even their journey with it. So that was like really amazing, and just the whole experience was like so amazing. And then like once I went, they were like, you should like go to Crew Thursdays, and I was like, oh no, like I'm definitely going. So like I went last Thursday was my first Thursday going to Crew, and I like absolutely loved it. And then they showed up like they showed the community groups on the screen, and a couple people from the mission trip was like, you should go to the Academic Village community group. So I was like, okay. So it went up on the screen. I was like, oh my gosh, perfect. So I took a picture of it and I texted the girl, and she was super nice, like the leader of it. And she was like, hey, like, are you here? Like, we can meet up right now. And I was like, yeah, I am here. And I like met her in that moment. And then like I just had my first CG on Monday. And then I originally wasn't able to go, like I wasn't supposed to be able to go because I did work, and then I literally put up my shift and like someone picked it up, which was like such a blessing in disguise. And then like I literally just like one of the guys from the mission trip, he was like, just like quit, like just don't work. And then I was like, okay, well I just like can't do that. And I was like, no, like I literally can, like I'm not gonna quit, but like I can literally just like take off, like God will provide. And that has been like such like my like life motto like recently, like literally God will provide. Like if you are like living your life towards the standard of God, like he's going to continue providing. And it's like everything I've been doing, like he's been providing it, which has been so absolutely amazing. So the mission trip was so good. And then I had the retreat like right after it, and I felt like I was on such a high like from the mission trip that like I was kind of just going to the retreat and was like, oh, like I'm kind of tired, like I'm not really expecting, like it's not going to be as good as the mission trip. But the retreat was like honestly amazing. I feel like I kind of did start out like, this isn't gonna be good, but I feel like they both kind of gave me like similar things. But like the mission trip was a lot of like evangelizing and like just seeing like Christ working through people, which was like really nice, obviously, and amazing. But like the retreat was more like, obviously it was like within our church already, so that was like more a lot of like community. So I felt like both with the mission trip and the retreat, like I got that like sense of community. And like after the retreat, like we literally like, so it was over 3 days, and it was the young adults of the church, so that can go from like 18 to 28, I believe 28 or 29, so like in that like 20 like teens like range. And so that was like so amazing. And then after the retreat, like I literally went to church with like some of the people from the retreat, and then like we got Chipotle after, so that was like so amazing. So like just honestly finding like community in like my church, and like, oh my gosh, there is people that are my age and like care about God, and like all of that was like so amazing. And that was like a similar thing with my mission trip. Like there was people there like also wanted to go and do missionary work and like actually wanted to do that like long term like I did. And like finding someone like with that same purpose has been so great, because I felt like I have like had a harder time with people who actually want to do like missionary work. That was like so amazing, and that was so exciting. And yeah, I honestly got just like a great sense of community from both of them. And then I got to come back, and then like even going to like Crew, like I sat with the people from the mission group, or the mission trip mission trip. I sat with those people and then got to see them again. And then I went to AG on Monday and saw some of the people from the mission trip, and then also saw a girl in my sorority, and it was just so amazing. And like literally at community group, like I completely forgot that this girl from my church literally told me to go to Crew. And then like I saw her at the CG, and I was like, oh my gosh, God is telling me like I'm like literally in like the right spot. Like I'm doing like what he wants me to do, and I'm in the right spot at the right time. Because I literally was like, the chances that like, first of all, I forgot she wasn't even in Crew. Like that was so long ago when she told me that, and then I was kind of like, yeah, but I'm just like really busy, like blah blah blah. And like literally like I literally saw her, and then she was like telling me, and she was like, because I was even talking about mission trips, and I was like, I don't know, like I like really want to go on another mission trip like on the summer, like it's been so fulfilling. And then like I was like, but it's honestly just like working over the summer, and I should be working, like I'm moving into an apartment. And she's like, God will provide. And I was like, you're so right, God's gonna provide. Like she's like, don't stress, like God's gonna provide for it. Like, and it was just so like, yeah, like God is gonna provide, and like I just have to trust in that. Like I have to trust in his plan, and like it's been making me like so happy. And it's like, why would I stop that, you know? And yeah, so that's been like so amazing, and like it was just so like fulfilling. And I was like, I've been in such like a period of like thankfulness. Like I'm so thankful for all the things that God is doing in my life, and I've been so like blessed tremendously. And I get to like be in a period where I just get to like look upon that and like look at everything, and like I'm just like so grateful for like what is happening. So that's been like absolutely amazing. And then I ended up signing up for a mission trip, which I have not told my mom about because I haven't gotten accepted yet, but she sees this. But I signed up for the Boston trip, and it's like if you don't get accepted to the Boston trip, what other ones would you like to go on? So there was like a San Diego one that goes to London. There's one that goes to Tasmania, and I think there's another one that I signed up for, but I cannot remember. But I think that is what I signed up for. And yeah, so I'm like super excited, and that's been so amazing. But I really hope that I get accepted. I really want to go to the San Diego one, but I did originally apply to the Boston one just because I was intending to apply in order. Like I had like 4 tabs open, but then like it only let me apply to one because like all the dates overlap, and it was like, okay, second choice or whatever. So like the Lord's gonna provide, and the Lord's gonna do what the Lord wants to do. If I'm supposed to go to San Diego, then I'm gonna go to San Diego. If I'm supposed to go to Boston, I'm gonna go to Boston. And if I'm going to London, I'm going to London. So we'll see. And apparently Tasmania is all the way in Australia. Didn't know that. So yeah, wherever the Lord wants me to go is where I will be going. So yeah, they're all like 1 to 2 week mission trips, and then I'm really gonna like push on support raising because the last mission trip I got 1 donation and I just like paid for the rest myself. And like literally everyone was like, no, like people actually like enjoy like being a part of like the fundraising process and like seeing like how their like funds are getting put to good use and like what that can come out of. And so I like really want to like push on like fundraising this time around, like writing letters and doing all of that. So yeah, so I really hope I get accepted to that, and that's super exciting. Then I move in the summer too, so that's like so amazing. I'm gonna have to get like an apartment tour once it's done, because I think I've showed you guys the pictures, but like once that's fully done, that will happen. And then yeah, mission trip, study abroad, signing up for mission trip. I think that is all of it. And more updates, I want to join AFROTC, so that's been a super great thing. And I've been so like, I don't know what that sound was. I've been so like grateful and blessed. And they came into my class a couple weeks ago on like one of my Friday lectures for engineering, and they came in and I kind of was like, it was just very weird because I feel like I've been seeing a lot of things happening like with the military, and like I just keep seeing things that are like military, and then it's kind of getting to that point, it's like, okay, am I just overthinking it, or is God really trying to tell me something? But I feel like God's trying to tell me something, because like literally everyone that I've talked to, because like they brought it up and it was just like very good benefits. Like you can get paid to go to school for junior and senior year, and then like you have to commit 4 years like in the armed forces, like once you like sign to actually go, and then you get to go in as an officer. So you're doing ROTC, and then it's like reserves officer training corps, and when you go in you'll be as an officer for 4 years, and then I would get to be like in engineering, like in like taking my engineering degree to be an officer. So like get to do that, and then they even like have a graduate program for construction management, which is like what I'm in construction engineering, so I will get to go for like the same thing like in the Air Force and get my graduate, which is what I wanted to do, but like since I'm studying abroad I can't do the BS to MS anymore. So yeah, but so I'm super grateful, and that's just been amazing. And then we have to do a 1.5 mile run and then push-ups and sit-ups. So I've been doing my running. I need to add my push-ups and sit-ups. I did it one time last week, but I think I'm gonna start adding like tomorrow, and then try to hitting it every day, or at least hitting it like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then like going up from there. But yeah, I've had my 1.5 mile run. I started out and I could not finish the whole 1.5 miles. Like I couldn't run the whole thing, and I've got to a place where I can run the whole thing. Today was a little iffy because I had like a whole week off of running. So then like getting back into it today was definitely hard, but I ran 6 laps because I had to run 12 at the track at UCF, and I ran the 6 laps, and then I walked one, and then I ran one, and then I was like super exhausted, and I think I walked one again, and then I ran 2 more, and then I was at my 1.5 miles. So that was like, and then I got it at like 15:17, and the max time was like 18:56, I believe. And I've kind of been getting it around like 12, max like 14, kind of like if I'm like walk, like if I walk like a lap or so. So, but I've been getting like 12 to 13 minutes, which has been like so amazing. And I used to like do a mile in low-key 12 minutes, so like that's been really great. Like I think the last time I like ran a mile was like in middle school, and that wasn't even like running a full mile. That was like running and then walking the last lap. So like being able to actually do like 1.5 miles has been like so great, and like I can see the progress like going through. So that's been amazing. And I'm getting my physical done tomorrow. I already got my like annual appointment, so like technically that's like the sports physical, and So I have to go and get signed off tomorrow, and then I have to put in my weight and height, and then make sure I'm in Air Force standards, and making sure that my BMI is like in check. And then if it is not, then I have to go for body fat percentage. And they said it was like a clip, and they like clip, and like the clip like says how much body fat. I don't even know, but hopefully my weight was in standard. I'm really intrigued to see, because it's like at 5'5", your weight has to be 150, and at 5'4", it's a 145. And technically I'm like 5'4.5", which low-key my weight is at 148. So like, I don't know if that's gonna cut it, because I'm in between heights. I don't know if it's like a round down thing, round up thing, I'm not really sure. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna be in the BMI thing, but like, got some muscle on my body, so like hopefully I'll just be able to do the body fat percentage. And even if I don't make that, then it literally just says that like I have to hit it by end of semester, which I know that I can, and like running will be fine. It's just like, I think I just have a little bit more muscle on my body. I don't think I've ever been like a super skinny, like it's just like very weird, because like I fit into like small and mediums, but like then like my like weight doesn't like qualify, so it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying my best out here, but yeah. So that's everything that's been happening lately. We got finals coming up, which has been super exciting, and yeah, I'm low-key stressed about finals. I have my boat project for engineering, and we have just finishing it out and getting that microcontroller, and all of that has been so great. It's been super stressful, but like honestly, my math grade just went up by 5 points. We did a quiz, and it was like a question off the last test, and she's like, I really want to make sure that you guys are reviewing the last test that we just had. And I got the 100 on the quiz, and then she added 5 points to my test grade. So my test grade, she like put in 5 points, and then also it says extra credit for tests, and that was another 5 points, but it was like 5 out of 5. So somehow my grade went up to a 95 in the class, so I'm like so blessed. And then we have a test coming up next week, so I just need to study up on that, and then we have our final after that. So that is that. And then chemistry, we have one more test, and then we have a final also. So it's like in the bathroom, it's like a phone. But yeah, so like my chemistry test also, I got my grade back today, and I got an 80, and I was kind of bummed that I got an 80, and then I was like, so I was walking in the room, and someone goes, the average was a 60, and I was like, and I was like, she's not talking about this, because I haven't seen my grade yet. She was in fact talking about our class, and don't get me wrong, I'm very blessed that I got an 80, and I've broken the record of me getting 75s on both the tests, so like at least I got a B. I just like want to make an A in the class, and I'm not hitting that A. I'm at like an 88.96 right now, which technically for his grading scale is an A-, which would drop my GPA. So it's like, there's pros and cons. But at least I'm doing this good in chemistry, and I am pushing myself, and I'm doing this, I'm studying, and I'm doing everything that like I possibly can. So it's like, I'm trying, you know, and like I'm doing what I can. It's not like I'm like slacking off or like doing anything. Like I'm genuinely like studying the materials. I've stayed on top of like the homeworks and like all of it. So it's like I'm doing what I can. I'm gonna be grateful for that. And then my English, that's been going good. I have my like final research paper, and I did like an outline, but like I kind of just went for it and started like drafting, because she was like, you can kind of take what you want like with the outline. So I started drafting, and she was like, I really like where you're going with this. And then I had some like very like good things that she like mentioned to like change, but they like weren't like super big changes. There were like some wording that could have been better, and then just like adding in like some more secondary sources to kind of like pull it all together and like tie it in a little bow. So like that was all good, and I kind of like have a little bit of a head start on that, which I'm super excited about. And yeah, so everything's honestly been really good. I've been super grateful, and yeah. But yeah, I really want to tell you about the mission trips, and I think you all should join crew, and it's been so amazing. And I am running for treasurer for my sorority, and I'm super nervous, but I'm super excited, and just excited for the opportunity, honestly. I think that both me and the person I'm running against have a very good chance. I think we're both very qualified for it. I think she is amazing on her own, and I think that we both bring like different things to the table. We both have like prior experience like with gear committee and stuff, so like that's been like super exciting. And then treasurer is in charge of gear and budgeting, which is both things that I'm very familiar with. So I'm super excited. And I did a speech last Sunday, and then this Sunday we do like a little 2-minute recap speech, and then we have our voting. So I'll find out this Sunday if I made it. So might not be including this in the video, but I'm gonna have to update you guys. But yeah, it's been so amazing, and I've been so blessed with like so many different opportunities. And yeah, thanks guys. Hey guys, this is pre-elections, the final one. So I have my final, we don't have it, because you're
I'm not doing it.
I have my final speech before elections, and then we'll find out tonight if I made it or not. How are you feeling, Brooke?
I'm feeling pretty confident. And you?
Me?
Yeah, I'm not running, so what else would I
That's
feel
good,
confident
okay.
in?
Who do you think's gonna win?
Okay, well, this better not get posted, because
Okay, maybe not.
And they're gonna know who I voted for. I think you'll win.
Thanks for saying. Everybody else gotta give them the down low.
Well, the ones that are only running for one, Lorelai and Maddie,
You think
and
they'll
Taylor. Win? Yeah, no, I mean, who else is gonna win? Nobody?
They just say no. Jesus always wins.
That's true.
But, yeah, wish me luck, guys.
We'll see you on the other side.
Right? If this doesn't get posted.
If it doesn't get posted, then just don't ask.
Right, like, no. Bye, guys. Hey, guys, what is up? It's been a minute since we've had a car vlog. So, this is exactly that. I have no idea how the view looks. So, let's just say a prayer and the buzzing is still there. So, all of those have not changed. But my update, so, first, I got accepted to the Boston mission trip. I'm currently asking my boss if I can get the time off, even though I'm already going abroad for a month. I just asked her if I could go, which is through the 27th through the 8th. So that's like 8 days, like 11 days. So almost 2 weeks. So yeah, I don't think she's too happy that I keep asking for time off, which like valid. I probably should be working, but like missionary work is what I want to do, so it's like, and it makes me the most happiest. So, you know, gotta figure that out. And I've been saying, I'm like, if I don't get the time off, I'm just gonna quit, because I'm putting God first, and God is the head of my life. So can I have Chick-fil-A? It'll be fine. But yeah, so that is that. And then the elections. So I told y'all, if you don't see the video, then I probably didn't win. Which I still didn't win. But I thought that I still should push out the video to just like be upfront. Because also like, if I only like share like the good things, it's like, what am I even sharing about? So like, might as well get not deep and personal. I was gonna say deep and personal, but that doesn't even make sense because it's not deep and personal. But just sharing like good and bad things. So like, I didn't get it, and I was so bummed out. Like literally like that night, like I didn't want to talk to anyone, whatever. And then like the next day, I was still bummed out. So it took me like a second to like really like bounce back and like whatever. And I went to the AG last night, and that like really helped and really like made me like feel better and like got through it. And so that was like really nice. But I just was struggling with like a lot of pride like around the situation, which like is very hard for me to admit, especially to like obviously like whoever is watching this, like whatever, like that's a hard thing for me to admit, because I feel like to admit it to someone close and personal, it's like, okay, yeah, but like to admit that that is something I struggle with, like it's not an easy thing for me to do. But yeah, I was struggling a lot with pride and just dealing with that, and like just feeling like, oh, I should have gotten it, and like all of those thoughts, and just like I was qualified for this, like why didn't I get it, like very like a lot of anger. But it was also just like I also felt like I knew like, okay, like if this is what's happening, like this is God's plan, and I honestly like just had to trust that. And even my mom was saying that to me, like she was like, he has a better plan for you.
like, and I just have to find out what that is. And like, even if that means like maybe I'm not gonna be an officer because I want to take a bigger role in missionary work or take a bigger role in crew or like whatever, like just being able to like figure that out, like it's honestly gonna be good for me, and I know it's gonna be good for me. But it did hurt in the moment, and it really did suck in the moment. But like, I think that I will benefit from it, and it's gonna be okay. And I think it'll be less stress not taking it on. And just also like, if I'm taking on ROTC, like doing that and being an officer, like both in the new school year, like that's probably gonna be overwhelming. So like, just being able to take a step back, you know, and deal with that, and just like trust in God and trust in His plan, while also like moving into an apartment. So there's already a lot going on. So I am grateful, and I'm seeing the better side of it. But it did suck, and I did get accepted to the mission trip, which I'm so blessed about. I'm so excited. But I do have to figure out what I'm doing with work, since I have taken off so much time, and it's very much like a full-time job. Like that, it's an office job, and I keep taking time off. But it's also like, for me, like I'm a college student, and I can't have a full-time job. Like I can have a part-time job and be part-time because I'm a full-time student. So it's like, having a job like that like has its benefits obviously, but it also has its like drawbacks of like, I'm always like leaving and I'm not there that much, and like I don't feel like I'm doing enough for the company, which is something that I've really struggled with. And it's like, everyone else is here full-time, and then I just like kind of come and go, and like it always makes me feel bad. So yeah, I gotta figure that out, and I gotta deal with that. But yeah, I want to be upfront, I want to be honest, and